Dear listeners, get ready for a fascinating journey through the world of laws that will surely surprise you. Some of them are genuinely valid and verified, while others are more the result of historical quirks or exaggerated interpretations. Now, a challenge for you. Can you guess how many of these laws are real, how many are myths, and how many are just good jokes? At the end, we'll compare answers. Ban on chewing gum in Singapore. In Singapore, since 1992, selling and chewing gum has been banned. This law was introduced after local authorities faced issues with removing gum from public spaces. Violating the law can result in a fine of up to $1,000. The cherry on top was the case of an American student who in 1994 was caned for vandalism and violating the gum law, becoming a global deterrent example. Ban on waving at bears in Alabama. In Alabama, it is officially illegal to organize bear fights or wave at bears in public. This law was created to protect animals from cruel treatment. A humorous incident occurred when a circus showcased its dancing bear, and the police demanded immediate compliance with the law. Ban on selling cold beer in Indiana. In Indiana, selling cold beer in stores without an on-site alcohol consumption license is prohibited. Retailers tried to bypass this law by selling slightly chilled beer. However, a customer brought a thermometer, measured the beer's temperature, and the store was slapped with a hefty fine. Ban on dressing as a ghost in France. In France, it is illegal to dress as a ghost in public without permission. This law originated in the 19th century when ghost duels were frequently staged. In 2017, tourists attempted to reenact a ghost wedding in a public square and were fined for violating public order regulations. Ban on high heels at historical sites in Greece. This law was enacted to protect historical monuments, such as the Acropolis. Tourists wearing high heels caused damage to ancient floors. One tourist who ignored the warning had to complete the entire tour barefoot. Ban on dyeing in Svalbard. In Norway, on the island of Svalbard, dyeing is prohibited. The local hospital cannot preserve bodies due to extreme cold, so the dying are transported to the mainland. This law has led locals to joke about emigrating for the final journey. Ban on eating bread underwater in Massachusetts. Massachusetts has one of the most bizarre laws banning eating bread underwater. This law was allegedly created to protect divers from choking. In the 1970s, a diver attempted to win a bet and ended up in intensive care. Ban on washing cars with underwear in Washington. In Washington, using underwear as a car washing rag is prohibited. This law was introduced after a group of students organized a tongue-in-cheek underwear car wash, which caused outrage among locals. Ban on whistling in Australian mines. In Australia, it is illegal to whistle in mines, as it is believed to bring bad luck. This prohibition is historical, but many miners still take it seriously today. Ban on wearing colorful shoes in North Korea. In North Korea, it is illegal to wear shoes in colors symbolizing freedom, such as red or blue. This law is strictly enforced and has led to numerous absurd cases where tourists were required to change their footwear upon entry into the country. Some of the laws mentioned are indeed true, while others are myths or complete fabrications. Let's go through them and separate fact from fiction. Ban on chewing gum in Singapore. True. This law was introduced in 1992 to combat public littering issues. Exceptions exist only for medicinal chewing gum available by prescription. Ban on waving at bears in Alabama. Myth. There is no evidence of such a law in Alabama's legal code. This is more of an internet legend. Ban on selling cold beer in Indiana. True, partially. Indiana has strict alcohol sales regulations, including restrictions on selling chilled beer in certain stores, for example, grocery stores, but it's not an absolute ban. Ban on dressing as a ghost in France. Myth. No such law exists, although public order regulations may restrict costumes at public events. Ban on high heels in Greece. True. This law exists to protect historical sites like the Acropolis, where high heels can damage ancient surfaces. Ban on dyeing in Svalbard. True, partially. It's not an outright ban, but due to permafrost, bodies cannot decompose properly. Terminally ill individuals are typically transported to the mainland. Ban on eating bread underwater in Massachusetts. Joke. No official records indicate the existence of such a law. It's pure fiction. Ban on washing cars with underwear in Washington. Myth. No credible sources confirm the existence of this law. Ban on whistling in Australian mines. True, partially. While not an official law, whistling in mines is considered bad luck based on old superstitions. Ban on wearing colorful shoes in North Korea. True. North Korea has strict dress code rules, especially regarding symbolism and ideological conformity. Colorful clothing can be seen as decadent. How did you do? Did you guess most of them correctly? If you know more quirky laws, share them with us.